If it's a Ford, it's called a ford-o-matic. If it's a Mercury, it's called a merc-o-matic. Which is really silly. Ford engine remanufactured by Fred Jones Manufacturing Company, Oklahoma City. Don't know, I'll have to look at all the engine numbers and things. See, that says it's a 312, which they did do the Y block in a 312. It's a 1954 Mercury, Ford Mercury, Monterey, Sun Valley. Sun Valley's got a perspex roof goes in there. So that's your roof panel. Out of perspex, obviously very dirty, but quite mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know, they didn't sell many of them, I don't think, and I don't think they were a massive hit because it got so hot inside.
I can imagine.
But it has a zip-in piece, it's like green with tin foil in it to arrest the heat, I suppose.
What?
That zips in underneath the perspex bit somewhere.
Okay.
So all I was going to do today is go through everything, work out what we got, you know, just offering it up to the car quickly and seeing where we think it goes, and then stack it all up out the way. We'll give Paul a ring later about the paintwork and see exactly where he wants us to go with it, you know.
So what have you noticed on the paintwork then?
Well, it's either the primer's been left or it's been left in bare metal at some point. It's a lovely colour,
Isn't it?
Can you see if you come here? I don't know if you'll pick it up with a camera. Can you see all that? But the back wing's definitely gone. Might be able to see it better in there. Look. So I'll go over it later when it's all dried off and literally mark up every bit that's got a bit of paint defect in it.
So what about mechanicals?
It's all a bit of an unknown, really. It's got 2-speed. If it's a Ford, it's called a ford-o-matic. If it's a Mercury, it's called a merc-o-matic. Which is really silly. So I don't know exactly what the engine is or whether it's original or not. It's a Y block Ford, the one that came after the flathead. Looking at the manual, it doesn't look like it's the right carb on there, but it is a Ford carburetor. This is all right. You only have one exhaust pipe coming out. It's a crossover tube. Some of them had a flat valve in there. That hasn't.
So where are you going to start? I mean, what's the first plan of action? After sort of going through all the bits and making sure, seeing what you've got.
Well, I'll have a chat with Paul. I mean, it all looks fairly clean, so check out the front suspension. He said he'd done all the back. It's got no brakes in it at the moment, so we'll check all of that out, because you don't want to be doing interior stuff when you're all greasy and horrible. You might as well get all the mechanicals done first, you know. An awful lot of stuff he's had done, and these are all, like that one's $2,300, that one's $815.
How long ago is all that though?
07.
Okay.
2007. Got catalogues from Mercury land, and all of this is all just Carpenter Industries. Do a load of Mercury stuff as well. This is all invoices again. All I can do is go through it all and see what he's bought, what he hasn't.
Do you normally trust other people's work?
Oh, not particularly, no.
So if someone says, yeah, it's been done, mate, don't worry about it.
Well, it's people like that says it's the rebuilt generator and there's still a tag on the generator.
Yeah.
So you'd imagine it's okay, you know. I can't see any reason why not. Somebody started making a new wiring loom, which I'll need to have a look at. I've got a fuel pump and a vacuum pump by the looks of it.
You were saying that you don't think the engine's been started?
No, it hasn't been run for ages. It's got no oil in it. I mean, it might have been rebuilt, I don't know. But that's an engine build tag plate. Whether it's for this car or not, who knows?
Yeah, that's true.
But it says it's a 312 on there, so I'll look up the block numbers, because they built these right up to 60 something. So all we can do is check all the numbers out. If I can assess it all today as such, you know, and then give him a ring, sort out exactly where he wants to go, you know. Yeah, so I mean, it's things like this, why people do it, I don't know. Yeah, he's made the wiring loom, but these shouldn't be on here. None of that. Should be nice clips, and for the sake of a few dollars, you know.
I think some people don't look at it the same way though, do they?
No, I suppose not.
As long as it's clipped in and secure, that's good enough for them.
Yeah, I don't like doing things like that. I'd rather get it right.
It's got to look nice as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, this should look really smart when it's all done and cleaned up. I mean, all these are okay. I mean, that the paintwork's gone on the front panel, but yeah, it's not the end of the world, is it? So I was just going to start going through all the bits, really, Stu, and have a look.
Next week on the workshop.
Hear that? That's called piston slap. As your piston goes up and down, obviously it rotates that way, so your gudgeon pin comes up and down like that, and your piston rotates like that on it.
Okay.
And if you can do that, there is much too much play in there. You shouldn't be able to move that anywhere near that. That would be rattling like a pig when it's running, I should think. But there's no point in even trying to get that running as far as I'm concerned. That will never run right, not at 30 psi, it just won't work.